Hey guys, welcome to your Fridays in your Max Salur week. I'm Dr. Myrdalis Diaz Ramirez, and this is your Fridays in our Max Salur Mastermind. I'm here in front of the Sarasota Bay because I wanted to remind you that you always have to take time for yourself. I don't know if you're aware of, but this is August is National Wellness Month. And we want to remind you that in our Max Salur Mastermind, we take wellness seriously. And this is one of the components, one of the pillars that we really discuss and we share with our members. Especially mindset is a very important thing. So here we are enjoying and want to invite you to visit our page, maxsalure.com, MAXALLURE. And remember to do hashtag live and hashtag replay if you're joining us. This is National Wellness Month. So we're here in front of the Sarasota Bay as a reminder that we really have to take care of ourselves. On Monday, we started with the topic of the week, which was the startup grind. And I have to tell you that we had an awesome guest on Tuesday. His name is Dr. Richard Harris. And Dr. Harris was a member of our mastermind in our first series last year. He actually is a very accomplished physician. In a very short period of time since he graduated, he's a pharmacist, he's a physician, he's an entrepreneur, he has different businesses, and he was telling us all about his grind, how he designed his businesses, how he thought about them, who he partnered with. He talked about pitch decks, about rounds of investments. There's the pre-seed, the seed round, then the different levels of the round A, round B, and then where he's at and how he has organized himself. So I'm not going to tell you much about that. I want you to go and listen to the podcast, Design Your Physician Life, the Startup Grind with Dr. Richard Harris, which we released on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we talked about reflection about that, like a challenge for you just to make you think about your business. If you want to start a business, if you're in the middle of the business, how you can acquire momentum for your business, go ahead and review that challenge that we had for you. It's basically a review kind of Dr. Harris's podcast because he just gave us so much good information. On Thursday, we talked about doctors. You're tired, you're overwhelmed, like they're pounding on you, and with all these changes, all these elements that we have between you and your patient, and it just gets tiring because that's not what we're trained for. So we get lost, we get overwhelmed, we get burned out, and the reason for our Max Salure Mastermind to exist is precisely for physicians who are in this position. That's why I created it, and I created it because I wanted to have my husband in it. There's no other that I know of where you can bring your partner, and this is a family affair to have your life back in control so that you can regain and retain control of your life. So I want to invite you to go and visit our website, maxsalure.com. Thursday, we talked about physicians in that situation. And I want to tell you some stories today because it's important that we know about finance, but it's important that we know why we want to understand these things. As physicians, we are only taught, for the most part, until now, medicine, right? That's what we are. We're all about medicine. And we have given so much away. This morning, I was listening to the story about this particular doctor who, unfortunately, he wasn't aware that there were pay cuts from Medicare. And I remember over 20 years ago sitting at a table. Yeah, it's been over 20 years since I graduated from my fellowship. And I was sitting at this table. It was a beautiful golf course. This guy was on his way to retirement. He was a physician. He was in 70s, maybe he was 80. And I was telling him at that time that I understood that medicine was the only place where every so often they were cutting your salary. And he's looking at me, he's like, "Are you crazy?" I'm like, "Don't you see it?" Because he was on his way out. But to me, the amazing thing is that even this morning, I heard of this particular physician care. And it's not only the pay cuts for Medicare, it's all everywhere where the insurances are cutting you. For years, we in our clinics taking insurance, we've been receiving letters from the insurances when they have approved. We have gone through the prior authorization. We've been trained as a doctor. We know what we want for the patient. We tell the insurance. We go through the prior authorization, like asking for permission, what we want to do. And still after they pay us, we were returning checks saying that, we didn't pay you. It wasn't supposed to be approved. It wasn't really. We paid you too much. And I have a link where I belong to other physicians here in Florida, and you see it, like somebody saying now you know a particular insurance wanting them to return over 120 something payments for things that they had. It's like, you have to learn about finances, you have to learn about business, you have to understand what's going on, because unfortunately we have given all that control away. And when physicians ask me, how can I have the time if I'm so overwhelmed? I have my family, I have my work, I have my call, I can give you examples. We keep giving the example of this physician. She's only 8 months now since she started with us, and within that period of time, she has made tremendous changes. So she has changed all her financial habits. She has now established with specific CPA who's interested in learning, in working with their clients with investments for real estate, and she's investing in real estate. Besides that, she has a business. And how busy was she? She was on call every single day without vacation for 5 years, 3 kids at home, a husband who travels a lot. So if she could do that, a full-time surgeon, full-time mom on the other side, really some help at home, and really overwhelmed, tired, you can do this too. And I want to tell you the story about how we've gotten finance for our latest project, because we've been asked that. And one of the things that Dr. Harris said on his podcast was that he partnered, right? And the way that he started getting finances for that. So he partnered and he got family money. He didn't go to a bank. And then he's been getting investors, and he's been getting investors who are wanting to invest on his business, but not only wanting to invest in his business, he's getting the right investor that will help them like jump to the next level. And when you're looking for investors and you're looking for partners, you have to do that. So in our case, we have what's called the Sahavida Institute. We're super excited. You can look it up, sahavida.com, SAHAVIDA, here in Sarasota, Florida. See? And when I wanted to have some partners this time for this business, I wanted people who were like-minded. We were in the same direction, going not only financially. We want to be in the same direction medically, so we're thinking the same way for our patients. We want to be in the same direction financially. We want to be in the same mindset of what we want the vision for the business to be. And that's very important. I didn't want somebody, for example, who was just going to be like a silent partner in this case. Many times you wouldn't want a silent partner. So you have to make a list of all these things that you want and look for that on your investors for your business. Then after getting these partners, in our case, we did go to a bank. And we were in a position that we were able to even get some more than what we thought we were going to be getting. And we didn't get that by chance. We got it by preparing. When you go to prepare, and this is what he was referring to about his pitch deck. When you're looking for investors, you have a pitch deck. When you're looking for a bank, you have the business plan. And there's the Small Business Administration. They have tons of resources for you. Look it up online. You have a local chamber of commerce and things like that, but the Small Business Administration, they have programs where they teach you for free. They helped us for free. Even though I'm capable of doing a business plan myself, I always try to surround myself with experts and coaches to help me get to the next level. So that's why we got ready and we were able to get that type of financing, that funding. Before I forget, thank you all for being here. I know that some of you came later. I'm here in the Sarasota Bay. August, National Wellness Month. Wellness is a very important part of our Maxillary Mastermind for our physicians, and we're here in Sarasota, beautiful place. We're celebrating it here. I wanted to come from here. Maybe I'll come here more often for you. Anyways, remember to do #live, #replay. Physicians, we have to take control of our lives. I know that we have a plan. We have what's called a blueprint in our Maxillary Mastermind where you can organize and learn all these things. And the fact that you're overwhelmed should be really the trigger for you to say, I'm tired. I'm not going to wait for anybody else to decide my life for me. I have to do it for me. Today, who told me that I could come here? Nobody. I just told myself. And then I say, you know what? I want to transmit from there, and there I go. So we have to learn how to make these spaces in our lives. And that's why we're here. I want to invite you to go back if you haven't really seen our podcast, Design Your Physician Life, and listen to the other episodes because we have tons of information there for you. We have webinars also if you go to our Maxillary Mastermind where you can learn more things there. And I invite you to think about your ideas. Take them out and see what things you can think of that you can have control of. As a physician, why did I leave my employment position? Well, first of all, I had my businesses, I had my clinics, then I successfully sold these clinics, right? So I thought that that was the right thing in my case because everybody, was doing it and they were so successful and we got so much money. But as part of that deal, I decided to stay as an employee of the clinics that I created. But I found out that I'm not a good employee. That's me, that's who I am. And because I was in that situation, golden handcuffs, just being employed, just the security, the safety, I decided to go and go and go. But I want to be free. I want to be able to contribute to the patients in the way that I want. So I don't want to have those, in my case, right? I don't want to have those barriers between the patient care and what I want to say. That's what I make the change. I don't make the change because somebody's good or bad at X company or anything like that. Because we cannot keep blaming others for what's happening to us. We have to take charge. We have to understand that the situations that we are is because we choose to be in these situations. And I have chosen to continue to be an entrepreneur. Not being burned out anymore, surround myself with the people who are gonna be just like me, thinking about the next level. Surround yourself with people who know more than you. I don't know everything, so that's what we do. We get coaches who help us get to the next level with the things that I don't know about. Anyways, that's been it for today. I hope that you find it inside of you to get the energy to get to that next step, because that's what we have to do. That's what you must do, so that next year you're not in the same place where you are right now, that you're feeling better, that your business has acquired momentum, that your idea has become a reality. And then if you have no idea of how to acquire change, that has come to you through support, accountability, and coaching, which we can provide for you. So guys, celebrate August, go out this weekend, have fun with your family, and I hope you have a great time. See you then. Bye.